Let's go. Back to live commentary now. This guy is so leveled up since I used him to, like, go around the entire dungeon. So I also want to show this as a real fight because just throwing ladles at him did trivialize it. If I can't beat him with this much HP, though, then, well, you know, we'll see. I might not be able to. Now, it's a little bit different here because these memories are memories, like, the first time you play the game, he says this. So, like, I've already read this. Welcome to the Garden Eden, or little slice of purgatory. This is where he tells you that he's been reading your mind, just as you've been reading the mind of everyone else. He knows that you've been using Hestia's I looked up what that word, I don't know how to say it still. And mentions that you're Abel, the king's brother. But if you go to New Game Plus once, and you beat everyone again, then he'll say something different. And that memory... I mean, I already read that one in the main thing. That memory will appear here. This is what he'll say the second time you come to fight him. We've been here before, haven't we, traveler? This encounter, this conversation. It's all so familiar. The longer I am by this tree, the more the fog lifts, and I can remember my past self. Our story is being retold over and over, but it seems this tree remains constant, everywhere, at all times. And even though some force is changing the tapestry of this world, we are still fated to repeat our past mistakes. All of us, it seems, except you. Perhaps it is your connection to Hestia's reliquary that separates you from the threads that bind the rest of us. It is only now, at the very end, that I am bestowed the clarity that you had all along. And because of that, I understand you are the only one that can make a difference. Only you can make our future brighter. If we've battled before, then we will battle again. Come, show me how this story ends. Then the third time you beat it. Hello again, traveler. It's good to see you. Is it fitting that I call you Traveler, I wonder? Abel may be the name given to you long ago, but that is not who you are anymore. And although you are immortal, you are not like your brother, the king. The king devours the souls of those who have passed as a means to extend his life force. He learns nothing and gives nothing in return. You, on the other hand, have willingly bound yourself to Hestia's reliquary. I wish I didn't have to keep on saying that word. Reliquary. I'm not going to remember that. Hestia's reliquary, and offered to share your knowledge and wisdom to all those who come after. You may have lost your own identity, but you are truly the voice of the people. If there is anyone to place my faith in, it would be you. But I cannot risk our future on faith alone. Although you have changed, traveler, my duty has not. Let us play our roles and see what fate has in store. We meet again, traveler. I have a confession. Before I became a rebel soldier, I was the general in the Citadel's army. I was known as the Master of Swords. Even after secretly switching sides, I cannot halt my duties to the estuary, as it would raise questions. So I trained Citadel soldiers by day and rebel fighters by night. Training your students to kill each other is a curse I never wish upon anyone. The pressure broke me, traveler. All I wanted was for the war to stop, but in the end, I failed. I tried to do what I thought was right, but instead I betrayed them all. Our entire kingdom burned in the ensuing war. So many souls lost, and I was to blame. All hope was lost. But then you arrived. Every time a new thread is sown and the story starts over, you triumph. The king falls, the Stygian waters raise, and the people of this realm escape to the surface. And it ends with a promising futures for the survivors. For Z. You may be a source of hope for others, traveler, but my sins are set in stone. I shall play the role for all eternity if it guarantees them a brighter tomorrow. Let us not keep the fates waiting anymore. Hello again, traveler. The thread is reset, and the loop continues. In your absence, I have taken time to speak to Charon. He's not much of a conversationalist, but he is a good listener. Did you know that the Carthonic gods are considered benevolent beings? They appeared during grim times in human history to help us. All of the gods that you have met through your journey have aided you in some way. All except for Charon. Eurus cleansed the traumas of our past. Ellipse paves the path to our future. And even Kari's siblings renew the souls they consume. Yet Charon takes and gives nothing in return. He may simply be the black sheep of the family, but I believe there is more than that. For many, greed is the greatest sin. Humans will steal, cheat, lie, and kill for wealth. Kings and pharaohs bury themselves with their riches as people starve in the streets. Charon takes that all away. He strips you of your greatest weakness before you can embark on your divine journey. Or perhaps these are the musings of an idealistic soldier who is ready to meet his end. Facing morality makes philosophers of us all, friend. Come, my blades have been waiting. Traveler, it's strange. Recently I've been reminiscing more on my childhood. Estuary Lamech was my father. It may be surprising, but he was the father of many. It was a mandate by the king that all estuaries keep the lineage growing, although some followed it more than others. To Lamech I was nothing, but being a child in an estuary changes your life, traveler. The common folk called us citadel-born, bound by blood to estuaries. We were never trusted, and suffered much disdain. Growing up, we had nowhere to hide, so most of us ended as soldiers, working for the estuaries. And every time another one joins our ranks, the bias would grow and the pattern continues. A truly vicious, self-fulfilling prophecy. I almost succumbed to that never-ending cycle myself, until I met Z. She believed in me and gave me a purpose. But I am not like Z. She sought a better future. I only fought for her. My path has been set, traveler, but yours changes with every thread. Now let us continue this dance, and may your resolve never waver. Traveler, thank you for all of the talks we've had. These conversations have helped me gain a clearer perspective on my life. Even though you completed your journey long ago and continued to transverse new threads to uncover the tragic past of our sordid kingdom, your steadfast endeavor to bring to light our history is truly meritable and has inspired me to do the same. I've been taking the time to transverse the Citadel and resolve some unanswered questions, no matter how painful they may be. One day I hope to truly understand everything that transpired and honor the sacrifices of the people. But another thread has reached its end, and we shall battle once more. Show me that you will always be the hero that I believe you are. Now, this is the final conversation. When you do this conversation, you can get the true ending. Everyone has a plan, traveler. No one is honest down here, not even me. The rebels wanted to do a surprise assault when the estuaries gathered at the ceremony of return. Cut off all the heads of the Hydra at once, as it were. It was a bold plan, but one I knew was never going to work. As the Master of Swords and Lamech's prodigy, only I understood the estuary's true strength. The rebels would be massacred. So I revealed their plan to Estuary Lamech. He was supposed to snuff it out before it began, sacrifice a few people to save tens of thousands. Instead, he wanted glory. He wanted the war, so he let it happen. By trying to do what I thought was right, I became the most hated, the traitorous Citadel-born, and in the end, I failed to save anyone. Myself, the rebels, and Z. I gave up everything for nothing. But in my recent quest to reveal the truth, I discovered life is full of schemers. It turns out I was never more than a puppet, being manipulated by more strings than I could count. The rebels never fully trusted me. They had contingency plans in the event of my betrayal. My actions never had an effect on the final outcome. But in the end, none of that mattered. Even when the rebels used my betrayal to ambush Lamech when he was alone, he still single-handedly cut them all down. Knowing I simply played my part gives me no solace. I cannot forgive myself for my actions. But instead of condemning myself, perhaps I can work on making amends. Thank you, Traveler. for helping me come to terms with everything that's happened. It has been many, many threads. Now, unsheath your weapon, traveler. Let us not break tradition when we are so close to the end. So yeah, he was Lemech's son this entire time. That's not as crazy as it sounds, though, because, again, the estuary had possibly hundreds of children. I don't know if they also have immortality, but it seems like, again, the timeline for this game makes no sense to me still. It just seems to, like, I go through, like, hundreds of years of ancestors, and then, like, the blacksmith is still alive. Like, is he also immortal? I don't know. That part has always confused me. But, yeah, he did, like, a double, triple betrayer. Like, he supported the rebellion, but then he betrayed them so that they would be wiped out quickly because he knew that all of them were going to die otherwise. But Z was so charismatic that there were so many... It was practically the entire kingdom was in revolt at that point, so many people were wiped out. Also, the rebellion got bigger because, again, it was Tabal. He was purposely underfunding the Citadel soldiers and giving weapons directly to the rebellion. It's ridiculous how much he was responsible for. But here we go. The final battle with the Master of Swords. This battle is inevitable, traveler. Duty drives us both. He does say different things each time you get to him, but they're all relatively the same, like short statements about let's do it again. The redeemed Jonah. That's actually different than what it said before. Alright, ladles. Take this! Oh. So this is a dark slash. If you're dashing with your darkness, he can't hit you with it. What are you doing? Oh, barbarian. Now he's gonna roll towards me. And again, this is a prime version of him. He is stronger than he was before. Ladle's not gonna reach me. Woo! Also, I picked up this. I'm not a regular soldier. There. Pizzas. Oh. Okay, he just failed to hit me so far. Oh, no, I'm just gonna go away from you. He didn't even reach me. He's bringing out the scythe. You know, there's a lot of alternate weapons in it. So this version of him also uses items, just like you. So every third hit, he will not take damage. I don't think he reaches me here. Yep. Pizzas. Ah, got hit right with a pizza. Uh-oh. Woo! Okay. Oh. I have magic too there, buddy. You want to taste some more? Oh, damn it. I was gonna turn into a... Oh, God. I was gonna this. He is heavily poisoned. I'm gonna keep on hitting and try to keep the poison up. Oh, it looks like he's immune. All right. I don't know what that item is, but... Nope. Oh, that's what it is. He'll now create darkness barriers. Take this! Wow, it blocked his arrows. Up. Oh, crap, he came back. Woo! That would have hit me. Oh, God, that pizza's gonna come for me. Yeah. Whew. Not a lot of games where you get scared that a pizza's gonna come from you. Possibly only this one, in fact. Can I get rid of those? No, I don't have the... Oh, God. Yeah, this is a hide for a few seconds situation, we fix. Get poisoned, fool! Walked right into it. Ladles. Looks like the poison ran out. Oh, crap. 3? Yep, 3. Yeah. Also, when you hit them like this, even if it doesn't do damage, you are gaining mana. Oh. Yeah, swiped it away. Oh, keep going. This way. Yeah, now he gets a damage barrier around him periodically. Well, this spell is doing better than I thought. It would not have been the spell that I picked for this fight, but it has been surprisingly useful because of the open plane and the fact that it does get rid of items. So I can just dash through to get rid of those. Nope. Can't shoot that far. Woo, okay. But yeah, this fight is basically just all of his attacks, like, there's just more to them. Gotcha. The fruit is yours, friend. May luck be with you in the battle ahead. Now, I have so much HP, I might even be okay in this next battle, but again, this is gonna be the prime, what's his face? Traitor defeated. I arranged for your passage in advance. Typically, Charon would never let someone cross the stage without paying their due, but even the gods have their vices. Also, if you beat him for the 7th time, and I'm not going to show this, I'm sorry, it's just been too much. This video is already going to be one of the biggest videos that I've ever made. He gives you... where can I see it? A mysterious key. You can find additional lore about Jonah in this, but I didn't find it that interesting when I read it, so I'm not going to bother you. You have to do it in the tutorial. There is a secret, well-hidden room that you can then unlock with this key. That's where you find out that, like, people were spying on him the entire time and had contingency plans and whatnot. Alright, let's go. Let's end this once again. Am I strong enough? Am I powerful? This is gonna be such a long video, too. Do I have to split it? That'd be annoying, but maybe. That would be the sensible thing to do at this point. Alright. I'm glad for the full heal that I'm gonna get. I don't even know if I mentioned, like, this is my main save file. Look how much more ridiculous it is. Like, look at all the crazy stuff that I have. All the runes that I have, like, plus 3 life steal. I'm so much faster. I gain so... Like, you can get very powerful in this game. It's kind of cool. If you want to keep on playing for 100 hours like I have. Let's do it. Now, this is the same. It's just the battle will be a lot harder. So we're going to try once regularly. So, yeah, we've already done this. You give him the fruit that's been poisoned by Enoch's custom poison. And he's like, no, I'm a tree now. God, I hope I can do this. It'd be very cool to beat him this time, but we'll see. The Immortal King. The Immortal Kin, not King. Interesting. Damn it. Not a good sign that I got hit already. Dodge. No, I can just stay here. That's a dumb attack. Oh, damn it. I was gonna warp out of the way, but I didn't make it in time. No, well, I'll save it for this. Unless, can I block this? Can't tell. I was far enough away to not know. Woo! Woo! Double pulse. Whoop. Eh. That's a good way to dodge that. Oh, crap. Alright, I did it. It's a bit worried there. Dodge. Damn it! Alright, well, that was a little bit cocky. I mean, watch that cost me the match. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a different attack than I thought, but... Oh, crap. Alright, good. I stopped that. That one's hard to dodge. Woo! Dodge, dodge, dodge. Oh, crap. Ugh! I realized I wasn't ready, so I just dipped. Can I? Nope. Screwed it up. God, that ability is so good. The fact that I have it, like, not on the astrologer, too. Like, I can combine it with the incredible melee attack power. Dodge. Oh, crap! Oh, I didn't make it. Needed to go in that circle. I think I'm good, though. I'm doing a ton of damage. Oh, God. All right, come on. To lose now would be so dumb. No, I got you. You're done. You're gonna die due to poison for anything else. He didn't die due to poison. Alright. Yeah, this character is just incredibly leveled up since I did, like, every single room in the dungeon. He's got, like, 50% more health. My body returns to the Sturge, but the water shall rise and my vengeance will be sevenfold. Same as before. Rest, brother. You evil son of a... Alright. So here's what's different. Well, not that. This. You can see the memories of the king. Cain trembles through the boundless space as images of strange lands and foreign cultures assault his mind's eye. From all directions, sensations, voices, and thoughts demand his attention. He feels his consciousness being pulled into the in-between space, until all that stands before him is a giant, glowing white tree. Its network of branches seem to divine infinitely and touch every soul in existence. As he gazes downwards, he sees its roots form a black mirror of the tree itself, except its branches form the network 1,000 times longer. Snaking deep into the inky darkness, the roots burrow through the corpses of the dead, absorbing all knowledge, sin, and virtue collected over a lifetime. He strains to take in the immensity of it all, but feels the substance of his body returning. He blinks. Suddenly he is standing in an ocean of white glass, and before him stands a white tree, but all around him are warring soldiers, bloodied from constant combat. They cease their assault and kneel in silent submission to him. He looks to his left hand and sees the fruit of life. A single bite taken from its flesh. The fruit withers to ash before his eyes, leaving only a seed in his palm. In his right hand, he holds the body of his brother, cold and lifeless. Cain stands within the sacred hall, its walls emblazoned with the image of a white tree with black roots, the chosen symbol of his fledgling kingdom. In front of him lies Hestia's reliquary, a massive tomb, gilded on every side with the symbols of his kingdom. On top the reliquary, a bell rings. An initiate step forward, kneeling in front of the reliquary, as two priests sprinkle holy water atop his head, thus beginning the ritual. The initiate pulls out a small dagger and bravely wraps his hand around its blade. He winces. He holds his tongue as he lets his blood fall onto the orange parchment. Let your blood symbolize the sacrifice you make for the good of your kingdom. The priest holds the hand over the boy. You are the first and only of your order, but know you will not be the last. May your wisdom and character guide all who come after. After giving his benediction, the priest removes the parchment, returning it to the safety of the reliquary, where Cain bandages his new steward's wounded hand. He clasps the boy's hand between his own, and suddenly gives him a big hug. Startled at first, the boy freezes, then awkwardly returns the gesture. Arise, my brother, and know you are forever reborn. So are not the people that you play as not even his descendants? Are they just random people? Interesting. Because that's huge. That's not how it was in the first game. As the poison seeps deeper into his body, Cain feels black roots burst out of him and dig into the dirt, and Stone's breath. He feels the pull of 1,000 invisible strands as the Sturgian desperately reaches out to take back what he has stolen from it. And as Cain feels his body turning to stone, he does not resist. He can feel himself slowly becoming a part of the castle's walls, and he knows this is not the end. He feels the souls of all those who perished within its walls beckon him. As his vision turns to stone and his mind darkens, Cain looks up once towards his brother Abel, before uttering a final curse. Death holds no dominion over me. I wonder if that's true. I can't imagine that it is. This is all the same. Stygian crossing. She's gonna... she has a Christmas hat because I have the festive stat. It's appropriate. This will probably come out around Christmas. But yeah, this is the same sequence, but I already have the power of miracles, so it's gonna be a lot faster. Because... the first time you play this, you actually pass this stone. So you don't need to do any of the other stuff. You can just go... I don't know why I want to kill that lantern, but I do. So you just go to the bottom. And here we go. Now, I'm going to let this cutscene play out, but it is the same as the other one if you want to skip it and you've already seen it. Alright, the company was appreciated, Traveler, and so was the food. You note he has hearts around him. That means that I finished that character's storyline. It looks like I finished everyone but his because I need to complete all the scars in order to complete his storyline. That might be something I do in my own time if I'm crazy. Got one of the last scar that I got is really cool, too, because you fight Gregory and someone else from the Rebellion. One of them uses only magic, and they basically fight like Jonah. But yeah. And they do have different lines if you complete all of their quests. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, but I really just wasn't, even still, I wasn't that interested in most of their storylines. These two have a storyline where Lady Quinn like gets rid of her stutter, and then the Sage Totem and her end up, like, getting into a relationship. It's a little bit ridiculous. The imbalance Cain brought to this world threatened to tear the great tapestry apart. We may seem opposites at time, Traveler, but we Carthonic beings must serve the balance too. Perhaps it was not our place to intervene as much as we did, but we feared the outcome of inaction. We may never know the full consequences of what we've done, but we can live knowing we stayed true to ourselves. I hope this world is a better place for you and your kind, Traveler. I mean, it sounds like the whole universe was in... it sounds like it might have been destroyed, because like none of the souls were being reincarnated, so like... I'd say it's a good thing that we did what we did. And again, I still never read any of this. So, you know. Also, these two in the storyline actually get married. But you have to go through so many dialogue trees for them. And then finally, the pizza girl. You did it, Traveler. You saved us all. I'm sorry I couldn't help you. I had to go back to get as many people as I could from Castle Hamson. While you were fighting the estuaries, I was bringing the refugees from the kingdom back across the Stygian Ocean to me. Thankfully, the folks... Alright, so this is also the same. She's saying, like, she helped as many people as she could, but she couldn't get them all. However, this is different. This is what changes in the ending. Jonah! Oh, my face. Jonah! You made it! I couldn't find you, and when I finally saw you down by the tree, I thought I had lost you forever. Wait, stop. I'm covered in dragon goo. Oh, Jonah, I've missed you. I missed you too, Z. I know we just got out, but there's so much to do. A lot of people are homeless now, and I don't think everyone wants to hang around Cancel Hampson because it doesn't feel right. Our journey has just begun, friend. I'm not sure where we'll go, but a lot of people are counting on us. Thank you again, friend. We really couldn't have done this without you. If you have nowhere to go, you can come and join us. There are still many sins that I need to atone for. But before I could help others, I had to help myself. Thank you for making me see that. I was in a dark place, and I needed a hand to climb out. I've lived 100 years, but I feel like my life has just started, and I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way. Everyone here deserves a new life, and I owe it to them to help rebuild it. I also need to help repay London somehow. I'm not sure how yet, but I should have a few centuries to think about it. So yes, that is the biggest revelation of the game. The Z that has been talked to the entire time is Maria, the pizza girl. I don't know why she's called Z. That I never figured out. But you can actually figure out more about who she is if you get a single piece of dialogue where she talks about the origin of her name and the origin of her mother and the fact that their names always start with M, and that her, I believe, either her grandmother or her mother was named Miriam, meaning that she is the direct descendant of Enoch and Nama. This is probably why she has special powers to stop the shift. It also mentions that she's a farmer. That baby that was given to Miriam, Nama's sister, was a farmer. She was out there. She wasn't born in the Citadel. So we had someone with the powers of an estuary and the lifespan, potentially, of an estuary, living out among the people, being raised by someone who, without powers, was trying to take out the estuaries. They basically made a super-powered, charismatic, compassionate person who had the ability to raise a rebellion that spread throughout the entire kingdom. So when I mentioned that when Enoch and Nama had a child, that was actually huge into undoing the kingdom, that is why. It was because of the existence of Z. The rebellion never would have gotten that big if it wasn't for her being on the loose, inspiring people, and giving pizza throughout the land, I guess. So yeah, I was actually spoiled on that, but this was one of the rare cases where, like, spoiling was good. And it's my fault. I looked up who Z was, because I was like, I beat the game and I don't know who the hell it was. But I was just like, what? How are they going to justify this? Well, I guess I better spend 40 hours beating all of the Prime Estuaries, finding out the deep lore. I guess I could have just looked it up, but I'm insane that way. Dude! What is up? Child, I have seen the changes in the threads. The one named Jonah requested my aid. My means of travel brought much protest from him. A tantrum fit for a baby. Perhaps I should have eaten him. Our journeys go in separate ways, child. May your actions continue to benefit others. And that is that. Lady Susie, the 15th, is my final hero. Except not, because I'm actually going to go and get the scars to see what they are, because I might as well just, like, try to complete this game as much as possible for me. But this video is gonna probably take me a total of like 10 hours. I'm not even kidding. From going through and beating all the estuaries, which I didn't do the first time, to recording all the audio, to editing all, I think 10 hours easily, just for this one video. Except I think I'm gonna split them into two now that I'm seeing how long it's gonna take. But that's that. I think it's safe for me to say at this point that this is one of my favorite games that I've played in a long time. I really liked the concept of the original game, but it never felt right to me. And now that I've gone back to play the first game, and I see why. It's really stiff. I can't really tell you why it's so much worse, but it really is. It just doesn't feel right. But this game controls better than almost any game of its type that I've felt. Like, it just feels so good. And once you get, like, the Shadow Dash and multiple double jumps, and then, like, realize the ability that you can, like, attack and then hit back at the right time, it creates, like, this weird, like, aerial dance. And with the spin kicks, you can make it so that you, like, never hit the ground for a long time. Really expert-level Hollow Knight players are able to do something similar. To the point where I think I might... I still never found that wolf. That's ridiculous after 70 hours. I was thinking about going back to Hollow Knight just to see if I could, like, transfer some of the skills from this game to that one. I feel like this game might control, like, breezier than Hollow Knight, though. I'm not sure, but I don't remember ever feeling as comfortable with those controls as I did with this. It is true, in the first game, there wasn't a spin kick. There was a downward strike that is basically exactly like Hollow Knight's. The spin kick is better. It's easier to control. It's more intuitive to hit down and jump to do a jumping maneuver than to hit down and attack in a jumping maneuver. Even though, like, almost every game that has a singular move is down and attack. We're talking, obviously Hollow Knight, but, God, the first game I remember with a pogo-type attack is DuckTales. But, Shovel Knight, also that's a huge part of it. It's a video game platforming staple, but the spin kick just feels better. I like it better. I think the new standard should be, if you're doing a jump maneuver attack, make it the jump button instead of the attack button. And there's Murmur, as you can see, he's mentioned. He's the high priest of Enoch. And there is Enoch. The true Enoch before he was poisoned. And I guess this didn't really change much. Yeah, see, I lost 9 times to him, like, good God. That's how many times it took me to beat them. Though that might be across all of my playthroughs, I'm not really sure. I want to speed up a little bit. There we go. Again, why is he an eyeball? Why is he an eyeball? I don't... That was never explained anywhere. Oh well. Flame Lock, Blaze Lock, Soul Lock. And there you see the gauntleted hands. That is what Tabal created. Ash, Lava, Magma. Slug, my favorite named individual. Ooh, I finally found one of those guys. That one, both of those portraits were blank for a long time. And yeah, big hand. Yeah, it's the gauntlets. He just made floating spiritual gauntlets. And there we go. Mainly the only difference there is his armor is not broken and tarnished. And there's these joiks. No idea who that is. It's probably someone in a scar. If this video wasn't taking a million years, I would go and find out, by the way. But... Although... Yes, okay, there they are. Gregory and El Capote. Yeah, so those guys are definitely in a scar, because those guys... You can only fight through the scar. It's a cool fight, too. I kind of wish I had showed it. But, like, come on now. Come on now. Yeah, lost 5 to this Jonah. I think this is across all playthroughs. And then Kane Prime. Fight came before the guilt, whatever the guilt was. What do you guys think? I really like the story. It's just ridiculous at the beginning. The game seems like such a joke, and like they're not taking it seriously, which is why I didn't take it seriously. Like, it's ridiculous. But yeah, love the game. I'm gonna do the other Scar things. Maybe if I'm super crazy, and I am, maybe I'll just show who you fight in those Scars, just for absolute completeness. Yeah, because I love those portraits to be filled in personally. But, I don't know. You know, that's that. That is the game. This was very fun. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I streamed it. I'm glad I played it for 100 hours. I've had a lot of fun. Yeah, if you've played the game yourself, or if you tried it and thought it was too hard, give it another chance. I mean, after this point, you probably won't, because you've seen everything. But just the experience of actually beating the bosses and feeling it, like, it's great. I love it. So yeah, enough gushing about this game. It is over. The other thing I want to point out is that when you beat the game, it showed the intro screen changes. It's no longer this dark sky because the castle's outside. Also, you notice all those crowns? They increase when you beat the game a number of times, so there's not normally 5 crowns on the rogue sign. So yeah, thank you very much to anyone who watched all of this. I appreciate you taking this journey with me, because I had a lot of fun, even though, you know, the editing ended up being crazy, but because I practiced so much, it was doable. But Usually I can't just record games like this, like games like Hades, because I'm not good enough. I might revisit Hades. Hades 2 has been announced, by the way. If you don't know that, look up the trailer for Hades 2. Super hype. But yes, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, as always, to my lovely patrons, and I will see you guys next time. Later.